Hey everybody, this is going to be a quick video on how to do this PurinaAd in Animate CC. First off, create a new document in Animate CC. Doesn't matter really what the size is, but do make it HTML5. Find the Photoshop file and drag it into Animate CC. And then what we need to do is make sure that we select all the layers. And then for all of the bitmap images, make sure that you change them to bitmap image with editable layer styles, and compression should be lossless. Now, we can do this for the text. We can typically make it editable text as well. And then, of course, bitmaps should all be editable paths and layer styles, which is good for that because that's actually a graphic, and our compression should be lossless. All the bitmaps will say bitmap image, lossless. This is editable text. This one is going to be bitmap image with editable layer styles. Same with that. So it's a lot of clicking to get this all set up. Now, another thing that you can do is go ahead and make movie clips before. And I'll just call this button. Doesn't really matter. This is going to be the logo. This is going to be, even text should actually be a movie clip. And the reason why is because that text is going to animate. So everything that you have should really be a movie clip. So this is going to be text 3. It happens to be the last text. I'm actually not going to include that small bag because I really don't need it. I only need the big bag. So this is going to be the bag. We don't need the dish copy. That's a small one. This is going to be the dish. Let's make it bitmap image with editable layer styles and lossless. Same thing with this. This is going to be cat large. And that's going to be lossless. Bitmap image size. Same thing. It's a lot of clicking at first. Cat small. Now what you can do is you can select multiple images, like all of these. I can select all of them at one time. I'm actually going to make this, let's see, that's a background 1. This is going to be BG blue. This is going to be BG tan. Everything's going to be lossless. That is, it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to be using that. This is going to be a movie clip. That's going to be editable text. It's going to be text 1. Let's make sure that that's lossless, not that it matters. Text 2. And I believe I've made all of the different instance names. This should be cat SM. I think you can't have a space. That's what was the problem there. Medium, cat large. So you can't have any you can't have any space in it. Whoop, let me turn that one off. I think that's it. Next thing we want to do is set the stage to canvas size and import our graphics. You'll notice that if we look at our timeline, we have all the different elements. And what we want to do is we want to get our messaging kind of come up. So here's what we're going to do when it comes to the animation. We're going to start off with the tan background, and we can have that shadow in there as well. So I'll go ahead and leave that shadow above. And we have the pets grow up, and let's see, the pets grow up and the kitten are going to be coming in at the same time. So here's generally how we're going to do the animation. I'm going to go ahead and extend my timeline out to a little bit longer, especially for my background elements. And so I'll just extend this by inserting the frame. I don't need layer 1. It's not really actually used. But I know that tan background is going to last for a while. I also have the background blue. I just extended out, but I need that shadow. Didn't see that one. Insert the frame. So I'm going to keep that blue off right now because that really doesn't show until later, but the background will show for a long time. The pets grow up, so I'll go back to the beginning. So what I want to do is actually animate these in. So typically I actually do a lot of animations backwards. And what I mean is that I take these keyframes, drag them out to when I want them to end, and then duplicate them back to where they begin, and then move them. So I'm going to have them just slide on and off. And with both of these, I'm going to go ahead and add a classic tween. And what I should do also is change their, not rotation, but let me make sure I'm clicking on that. There we go, style effect, change that alpha to 0, change this alpha to 0. Make sure that they are symbols, otherwise you can't do this animation, and you'll see they come in. Now the other thing that I want to do is add some basic easing to these. So the easing is I want them to kind of come in kind of quick and then slow down. So that's 100 at first, comes in with 100. Then I want this to animate out, so I'm going to drag that out to frame 30 and duplicate those keyframes. And now I'm going to take these original keyframes and I'm going to duplicate those out to frame 40 and then do a tween that reverses the animation so they go out. Now I also need to change the easing on those as well. And so this easing is going to be -100. This way they go out quickly, like that. They kind of slow out as they're slow when they go out and they end quickly. So all we need to do is do the exact same type of animation, but stagger all of these. So as the next message is coming in, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag that out to here. So that's going to be where the pets, let's turn it on, got to be able to see it. So we have our next message and our next cat come in. So I'm going to duplicate my keyframes 10 frames later. I could do that first and then move them backwards. Then go back to the original keyframe, move it off stage, change the alpha to 0, and you're just reversing that same animation. Tint alpha. There you go. Let's then add our tweens and change our easing. So you'll see here's what that looks like. And now with the rest of this, what you want to do, I'm just going to move this other stuff out real quick so I can turn them on and off at this point. At this point, what we're going to have is the large cat's going to come in while the same message is there. So I just need to move that cat over just a little bit so I can still see the message. And then the dish I decided actually not to use, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to delete that one. But then I'm going to have the Purina bag and the logo and all that come in. And that's going to come in as the background changes to blue as well. And that's the end of the ad. The last thing that we want to do is create a button that's on top. And this button needs to be over the entire timeline. And with that button, we're going to create just a simple graphic that goes all the way across. I'm going to turn that into a button with F8. And I didn't change the name yet. And we're just going to move the contents to the hit state only. This creates what's called an invisible button. This is going to be the website _BTN, although I do want to make sure that I spell it correctly. Now with this website, what I want to do is, let's go to F9, bring up our code, add an action script, which is to click to go to a website, modify the code so that you change the website that it's going to an appropriate website, and then you are basically done. Last thing that you need to do is just do File, Publish Settings, make sure that you're centering the stage, make sure that you're including the JavaScript in your HTML, and it's something good to know about is your sprite sheet. That is, it combines all of your bitmap graphics into a sprite sheet. You want to make sure that you choose 32-bit to get the best quality. And now all you have to do is save your page and then publish it. And then that's basically what you're having to create in this animation. Good luck. Have fun. Bye.